Hare Krishna. So this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class will be given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And as is on the TV screen, the verse will be from Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 23, recorded on September 20th, 1976 in Vṛndāvana.
What is that? Typical.
He's doing it differently.
Huh?
This was yesterday's verse.
All that things gone. What is it? Tamadya Purusha Sakshat Ishara Prakite Para Mayang Buddhasya Shaktya Kaivalye Sthita Atmani. So, we have to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead through authority, not by speculation. Speculation is no use. Athapite deva padam vijadvayam prasadaleshanugrhita eva hi janati tattam nacha anna chirang vichinnan. The Supreme Personality of Godhead can be known by a person who has got a slight favor of the Lord upon him. This is the Vedic version. Nayam atma pravachanena labhya na medhaya na bahuna sutena. Atma, the Supreme Absolute Truth, cannot be understood ayam atma na pravachanena labhya, by becoming a great debater. One can understand the Supreme. That is not possible. Nayam atma pravachanena labhya na bahuna sutena. Not by a person who is very vastly learned or by a great scientist or philosopher, na medhaya. In this way we cannot understand. But one who is surrendered, he can understand. Arjuna is surrendered. In every case, he is surrendered to Krishna. As soon as there is any problem or no problem, he is surrendered. Not that when there is problem, I am surrendered. And when there is no problem, I am independent. No. Always surrender. That is Arjuna's position. So we have to follow. People are searching after God. They do not know God. They are asking this question, can you show me God? So many questions are there about God. But here is God, pointed out by Arjuna, a Mahajan, Mahajana jina gatasya panthya. Why should he not accept? That is our Krishna consciousness movement. Why you are searching God? Here is God. As Arjuna says, tam adya purusha. You are the original person. Tam adya purusha. Purusha means enjoyer. God is not female. Sometimes they worship female as God, like Durga, Kali, and so many others. But God is Purusha. Everyone is Prakriti. Prakriti means female. Everyone knows it. There are two things, Prakriti and Purusha. The Purusha is the enjoyer and Prakriti is the enjoyer. Or in other words, Purusha is the predominator and Prakriti is predominated. So we are Prakriti. The Mayavad philosophy is that Prakriti wants to become Purusha. That is not possible. Suppose a woman, if she dresses like a man, does it mean that he has become a man? No. Or a man dresses like a woman. Does it mean that he has become a woman? Simply by outward dress? No. Purusha, the only Purusha is Krishna. That is very nicely explained in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Ekola Ishwar Krishna Arasa Bhrita. Only Krishna is Purusha, is the enjoyer. All others, they are servant. This is the position. Never try to become the Purusha or the master. That is very dangerous. Always remain Prakriti. Prakriti means to be controlled or controlled. And Purusha means the controller. So here is the supreme controller. Tam Adya Purusha Sakshat. Not that you are made by some means, Sakshat, directly. Sakshat. And Ishvara, Sakshat Ishvara. Not artificial Ishvara, Sakshat Ishvara. So where is the difficulty to understand God, Ishvara, or the Purusha? There is no difficulty. Krishna personally says that Matta Parataram Nanyat Kinchijasti Dhananjaya Aham Adidhi Devanam Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. So many things. Mami Vaja Prapadanti Mayami Tang Tarantite. Everything is explained. Sakshat, directly. Where is the difficulty to find out God? They are searching after God, making research or nonsense speculation. This is our Krishna consciousness movement. That why you are searching? You say, can you show me God? Why don't you see, here is God? Why, that's like the owl, you have closed your eyes not to see the sun. Sun is there, see, open your eyes and see it. The whole world is going on. There is no God, or God is dead, or can you show me God? And I am God by meditation, by this way, that way, this is going on. Whole world. Especially at the present moment, it is a great disastrous condition, godless civilization. They won't accept the real God and they'll create some artificial God and become God. Everyone is God like that. No. Therefore, if you want to be benefited, then you must take the shelter of Mahajanas, great personalities. Mahajana jina gata sapanthya. If you perplex that who is Mahajan, how can I find him? That is also explained in the Shastra. Mahajan, Dadas Mahajan, Sambhu, Narada, Sambhu, Kapila, Kumara, Manu, Prahlada, Janaka, Bhishma, Bali, Vaiyasaki, Vayam. So where is the difficulty? Mahajana jina gata sapanthya. You follow the path of Mahajan, Prahlad Maharaj, Janak Maharaj, Bhishma. There are grihasthas, there are brahmacharis, sannyasi. Brahma, Lord Brahma is Mahajan, he is grihastha. Sambhu, Narada, he is brahmachari. Sambhu, Narada, Sambhu, Lord Shiva, he is also grihastha. Prahlad Maharaj is also Grihastha. It doesn't matter whether you are Grihastha, Sannyasi or Brahmachari. You must become actual representative of Krishna. That is Maharaj. And that is also not very difficult. How you can become representative of Krishna? That is explained by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Amar aggaye guru haiya taro yai desh. Jare dakho tare kaha Krishna. If you simply speak what Krishna says, then you become his representative. Don't manufacture. Don't be over-prudent, manufacturing. Simply to follow Krishna and his representative. Then you become Maharaj. Otherwise you are a nonsense. Mudha. Namang duskitinam mudha prapaddante narada. That is the test. One should be very, very careful to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never says that I am directly servant of Krishna. No. Gopi bhattu padakamalyo dasa 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 dasanu dasa. Servant of the servant of the servant of the. The more you become servant of the servant, you are perfect. And as soon as you declare independence, you are a slave. This is the process. We should always remain most obedient servant of my master. Jasya devi parabhakti yatha devi tatha guru. Tasyaite katita jhartya pakashante mahatmana. Then it will reveal. The whole thing is revelation. It is not by experience, by scholarship. No. Revelation. Jītathamāṁ prapaddante. One who has surrendered proportionately, God reveals. Jītathamāṁ prapaddante. Tāṁ tathaiva bhajāmi. So, there is no difficulty to understand what is God. Here is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Directly. I do not know why people are searching after God, why they do not know what is God. Just see. That means mura. Although God is here, still he will not accept. That is mura. Naradhava. And why is mura? Because naradhava. He does not take the process. He wants to manufacture something. Don't do that. Here, Arjuna is Mahajan. He is Krishna's friend. He is always with Krishna. And Krishna recognizes him. Not that because one is always with Krishna, therefore he knows Krishna. No, that is not possible. Just like I have given this example many times. That I am sitting here and the bug is also sitting here. That does not mean we are very confidential. No, bug is different business and my business is different. And bug's business is biting. That kind of association will not help. Association means to develop love for the person. That is association. Dadati pratiginnati gujjamakhati prichhati cha mungti bhojayati chaiva sarabhida priti lakshana. So, we have to become associate of Krishna as Arjuna becomes. Always with Krishna. Eating with Krishna, sitting with Krishna, talking with Krishna, joking with Krishna, fighting with Krishna, everything Krishna. That is what. Not a single moment. Therefore Krishna certifies Bhaktosi, Priyosi me. my dear Arjuna, you are very dear to me. Naturally, if Arjuna is always with Krishna, sitting with Krishna, talking with Krishna, consulting with Krishna, joking with Krishna, eating with Krishna, so why he should not be very dear? Krishna, does he remain with anyone unless he is very dear? So bhaktosi, priyosi, sakhacheti. So we have to establish some relation with Krishna as servant, as a friend, as a son, or as a father and mother, or like the gopis, madhuryaras, friends. That is also conjugal love. Krishna is ready to associate with you in any way you like. Somebody likes Krishna as friend, somebody likes Krishna as husband, somebody likes Krishna as Paraman. Krishna is ready. Somebody likes Krishna as son. So anyway, Krishna is ready. We have got these 5 relations in this material world. There is no other relation, and there are other relationships also. Krishna also ready to accept. If you want Krishna as enemy, yes, Krishna is ready. He will kill you. But that is also good for you. If you want to fight with Krishna, yes, Krishna is ready. Everything. Akhila rasamrita sindhu. He can associate with you in any rasa, humor you like. Krishna is ready. Ready means that is natural. Because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So, the part and parcel must remain with Krishna. So you have to remain with Krishna in some relationship. Here our relationship is through this external energy Maya. The relationship is there. Although we have tried to give up our relationship with Krishna, but Krishna has not given up. Krishna is always with you. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddhese arjuna tishtati. He is within your heart. Why? Just to give you association. Now you are rebelled. You want to do something independently. Krishna also has agreed. All right. You do independently. But it is not possible for you to live independently. That is not possible. So, I will give you sanction for independent living. Just see how Krishna is friend. You cannot live independently. That is not possible. Because you are Angsha. Angsha means part and parcel. Just like this finger. Finger is finger so long he is with the body. Otherwise, who calls his finger? Suppose the finger is cut and thrown in the street, who cares for it? The finger is important so long it is with the body. Similarly, we are always with Krishna, indirectly or directly. But here Arjuna says sakshat, directly. But we are forced to accept Krishna indirectly. Maya. The Arjuna is Maya Buddhasa. He has no intervention by Maya. And we have got intervention by Maya. Therefore we cannot see Krishna. But Krishna is always there. Krishna is always there. Ishara sarvabhutanam riddhese arjuna tishtati. Brahman sarvabhutani. This rascal, he wants to wander within this material world in different capacities. Sometimes he is demigod, sometimes he is dog, sometimes he is tree, sometimes he is fish, sometimes he is president, sometimes he is nonsense. In this way, in different ways, he is suffering in this material world. And Krishna is with him, trying to get him back. And whenever there is opportunity, he is asking, Vṛndāvana mamekam sarva. You rascal, why you are suffering in this way? You give up all this nonsense business. You simply surrender to me. That is Krishna's ambition. That this rascal is suffering, so better give him good instruction. Therefore Krishna is coming. Jada jada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata. These rascals have forgotten. All right, let me go and convince them, try to bring them back. Therefore Krishna comes. Tadatmanam srijamiham paritrana sadhuna. Those who are sadhu, devotees, they become immediately relieved by getting Krishna. And those who are rascals, they are to be killed. But that killing is also good for them. Just like father to some son, he gives directly Rasgulla, and to other son slaps. But father is father, either slapping or giving Rasgulla. His father. Similarly, we should not be sorry when the father gives slaps, and we should not be over-jubilant when father gives his Rasgulla. Any condition, that is devotion. A devotee is never disturbed when the father gives slap or the master gives slap. Tattenukampa susamiksamana bhunjana ivatmakritam vipam. So, anyway, Krishna is always ready to help me and to give me knowledge and to understand where is the difficulty. This is Krishna consciousness movement. There is not at all difficulty. Simply because we do not take advice of Krishna, we are suffering. This is difficult. This is only difficult. Where is the difficulty? No difficulty. Simply, if you simply think of Krishna, you become advanced. Manmana bhavavat bhakta. Yoginam api sarvesam madgata antaratmana. If there is no expenditure, no loss, the gain is great. Simply if you think of Krishna. Manmana bhavavat bhakta. Where is the difficulty? But we are so rascal that we do not take advice of Krishna. We manufacture our own ways. The suffering goes on. Mami was a prapadanti mayami tantanti. This is Maya. He is thinking that he will make his own plan and be happy. That will never be possible. The only plan you have to accept. What is that? Sarvadharman-parityajya mami-gang sarana. That is the only plan. You have to get yourself relieved from all other engagement. Simply engage yourself. Not immediately, first of all, you must ready. Krishna, from this day, I am now ready. Whatever you will say, I will do. That's immediately you become liberated. Liberated. How liberated? Liberation is achieved after so many years tapasya. No, immediately. As soon as you surrender to Krishna. How? When Krishna says, aham tva sarva papibha mukhaisya. If you are sincerely surrendering to Krishna, immediately our this material sufferings, why? Due to our sinful activities. Sinful activities mean anything you do without any purpose to serve to Krishna, that is sinful. That is sinful. Not that in the material calculation, this is very good work, the opening of hospital or this or that, very good work, deity worship and going to the temple is bogus. You may think like that, but that your opening of hospital is sinful. That is going on nowadays. One becomes very great philanthropist, rejecting. They say, what is the use of this temple worship? The Daridra Narayan Seva. Narayan has now become Daridra. Formerly, Narayan was husband of the goddess of fortune. Now he has become Daridra. So serve this Narayan. This is a manufacturing, concoction. This is no, that means sinful activity. Because he has manufactured something, that is sinful. Therefore, Krishna says plainly that you rascal, you give up any other engagement, even if you think it is very pious activity, very philanthropic. You give up. Sarva dharma. Sarva means whatever you think pious and whatever you think impious, both of them should be given up. Because there are two kinds of activities, pious or impious. And sarva includes pious and impious. So you have to give up everything. Simply you have to become ready. My Lord, I am now fully surrendered. Whatever you ask me, I shall do it. Then you are liberated. Iha jasya harir dasi. That is Rupa Goswami's instruction. Anyone who has determined like this, that I shall simply serve Krishna, that's all. Iha jasya harir dasi. Karmana manasa vacha. By work, by mind, by body, or by words. One has decided like that. Nikhileshu avasthasu jivan mukta sa uchyati. In any condition of life, he is liberated. Any condition of life. Because that iha jasya harir dasi. Simply he is thinking of how to serve Krishna. How to serve Krishna. He is liberated. So what is there wrong? What is the difficulty? If you simply think of Manmana, always think of Krishna, how shall I do? Oh yes, my representative is there. You take permission from him and do it. What is the difficulty? There is no difficulty. But because we are mura, nanadhamas, we are manufacturing and suffering. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. There's so much nectar every time Prabhupada speaks, so it is very difficult to kind of just do a summary and pick up some points, but I'll try my best. I'll just repeat the verse and then we'll go straight into discussing something about the verse. So today's verse was Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 7, verse 23. Tvam adya purusha sakshat ishvara prakrite paraha mayam vidyasya chit shaktya kaivalye sthita atmani. Jai Shri Radha Gokulanand ki Jai, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Gyananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vṛndāvaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatirubhascha Kripa Sindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai. So today's verse, I'm sure most of you must have picked up quite a few important points. The few points that I would like to focus on today is because Prabhupada really focused on these, and maybe it just touched me. So Prabhupada spoke about how to know Krishna, what relationship to have with Krishna, who can teach us what relationship that we can have, and how to achieve liberation. Okay? So very clearly, right at the beginning of the class, Prabhupada says that you cannot know the Supreme Personality of Godhead by being too intelligent, by knowing everything, by knowledge, he said, by learning verses or, all of those things, he said. So Prabhupada is saying the Supreme Personality of Godhead can only be known by a person who has a slight favor of the Lord. So unless we have the mercy of the Lord, we cannot know the Lord, no matter how much we try. And this statement or this feeling, actually, you will see that it goes on in the class when he speaks. Even later on, he speaks about how there is no other way of knowing Lord except for when the Lord is merciful, and how you cannot know the Lord, it is just revealed to you. So Krishna speaks about this, that it is only by revelation, not by studying the scriptures. You may study the scriptures all your life or many, many lifetimes, but you will only understand scriptures if Krishna is merciful to you, Krishna's devotees are merciful to you, and then there is a revelation. Right? So Prabhupada says that in today's world, everybody is talking about, because we have become that we only have faith or trust our own senses, although we don't realize that our senses are useless, isn't it? So many times Prabhupada talks about that if you shut off the lights, you won't be able to see your own hands, but still we say, show me God. Everybody is talking about show me God. And so Prabhupada uses one analogy. Anybody remembers what analogy he uses? Yes? But who can't see the sun? Yes. So Prabhupada says that why are we... Yes. Owl. He quoted this. He said, why are you becoming an owl where you have your eyes closed and then you say that I can't see the sun? Sometimes Prabhupada used to quote in his classes that, you're hiding in a cave and then you say that the sun is being biased. The sun is not biased. You are hiding in the cave. That's why you can't see. Like that. So, what is the problem is that we don't want to accept the real God, although the real God is in front of us. Instead, we are focusing on our own intelligence and saying, show me God, or we manufacture our own God. Right? Although the God is right in front of us. So then the question is that, okay, we want to accept God. We want to know who the real God is. So then how do you do it? And the Shastras actually tell us how to do it. How we can know God. How we can find the real God. Anybody remembers what Prabhupada speaks about? How we can know God? He asks us to follow. Yes. So Prabhupada says that you have to follow Mahajans. You will only know God if you follow the Mahajan, right? And the Shastras is telling us who the Mahajans are. We don't have to do any kind of research on our own. Who has a doctorate and who has a master's or whatever else. We don't have to do those research. Prabhupada is telling us, the Shastras are telling us who the Mahajans are, right? So we've got, I don't need to go into that verse, but Prabhupada talks about who the Mahajans are. Most of you know it. If anybody would like to recite the verse, you're welcome to. Anybody would like to recite this verse? No, that's fine. It's on the board. It doesn't matter. We have to repeat.
Pralada Janako Bhishmo Balir Vayashakir Vayam.
Correct. Prabhupada says in this particular class also that all we have to do is repeat. That's all that we have to do. We have to just repeat. Just a couple of minutes back we spoke about, there's no point in memorizing everything. It doesn't really matter, because if things are not revealed to you, no matter how many verses we know, we still won't know Krishna. Right? Thank you, Vishal Prabhu. So, yes, we've heard this verse. We've heard Prabhupada saying that we have to follow Mahajan. But in this lecture, Prabhupada actually tells us who is a Mahajan. We've been given the names of the Mahajan, but who actually is a Mahajan? Anybody paid attention? Very subtle. Yes? David Prabhu? Yes? Prabhu, you said? Vansu, yeah? Yes, Vishal Prabhu? Exactly. That's the exact word that Prabhupada used in the class. He said one who is a representative of Krishna is a Mahajan. That's what he said. So we have to follow that Mahajan. Not somebody who claims to be a Mahajan. Not somebody who himself claims that I am the avatar and I am the next Krishna and I am so and so. No. Prabhupada is telling us that one who is a representative of Krishna. Right? And we've seen in the verse that we've got Brahma, we've got Lord Shiva, we've got Narad. So there are grihasthas, there are brahmacharis. Prabhupada goes on to say that it doesn't matter whether they are grihasthas or brahmacharis or whoever they are, as long as you are a representative of Krishna. Then he goes on to explain how you can be a representative of Krishna. Anybody remembers that? Exactly. So he quotes this verse. It is explained by Mahaprabhu that all you have to do is just share what you know about Krishna. Don't make up your own things. Don't concoct. Don't try to use your intelligence. Hear and share. That's all that we have to do. And that is the correct representative of Krishna. Right? So if you simply speak about Krishna, you become his representative. And then Prabhupada also goes on to elaborate how important it is to be a servant of the servant of the servant. Not somebody who claims to know Krishna directly, but knows Krishna through his representative. And that is why in Krishna consciousness, in ISKCON, we have this parampara system, where we know Krishna through a representative of Krishna, not directly, like that. So Prabhupada actually emphasizes on that also quite a bit. And then he talks about association. And he uses a very nice analogy, which he uses very often. I'm sure most of you will remember. What is the analogy he used about association? Yeah. Yes, Karan Prabhu, you can be louder. So he uses this analogy about the bug. That, it doesn't matter that this bug is sitting here with me, but in this class he doesn't say it, but in other classes he said, does that mean that bug loves me? Actually, the bug is annoying me. Right? He says that. So what is important is what is the kind of association we need. It is not just association, but the kind of association. And then he talks about this again, very, very subtle. Maybe some of you picked up, but we can talk about it. So he speaks about the kind of association. What is the result of the association? And that is the kind of association we need. Does anybody remember? Maybe. Yes, Karan Prabhu. Exactly. Perfect. So he says association means to develop love for the person. Otherwise, what is the point of having the association? Like the example of the bug. The bug is closest to Prabhupada. But what is the bug doing? Right? So he's talking about this association, and then he quotes this verse also, which I won't repeat, but he quotes this verse where there is an exchange of love. There is a mutual understanding. There is a give and take. That is a kind of association you need. Right? So we have to become associate of Krishna like how Arjuna is an associate of Krishna, where he is constantly with Krishna. Eating with Krishna, sitting with Krishna, talking with Krishna, playing with Krishna, joking with Krishna, taking advice from Krishna, everything, every time. Prabhupada says that it is not just when we are in difficulty that we turn to Krishna. No, that is not surrender. Surrender is that you turn to Krishna every time. Whether there is difficulty or no difficulty, you always turn to Krishna. You always take shelter of Krishna. Like that. And then such a devotee becomes very dear to Krishna. And Krishna says that such a devotee is very dear to me. Right? Yes, Prabhu, you were saying something. Yes, that's exactly what he says. So we have to establish some kind of relation to Krishna. And obviously all of us will know there are 5 primary rasas and there are 7 secondary rasas. So we all have to establish some relationship with Krishna. Obviously, we are talking about the primary rasas, but then Prabhupada also goes on to say, but if you want to have the secondary rasas, you want to be an enemy, you want to be envious, you want to have a rasa of, humor, Krishna is so loving that he is willing to even give you that. He is willing to give you whatever it is that you desire, like that. Yeah. So although we have tried to forget our relation with Krishna, when we've come to this material world, not this lifetime, so many lifetimes, we have forgotten our relation with Krishna. We are here because we don't want to remember our relation with Krishna, but Krishna not even once forgets his relation with us. And that is why, and Prabhupada says this, no matter what life we come in, demigod, tree or pig or whatever else that we are in, Krishna is with us always. Why is he with us? Why does Krishna come with us always? Yes, he wants to give us his association. He wants to give us his association so that there will come one day when we will turn to him, and that day then he can take us back. He cannot take us back if we are not ready. See, Prabhupada says in the class that you have to be ready. You have to be ready and then he will take us back. And then he gives the analogy of the finger. He says, what is the use of a finger if it is cut off from the body? It is useless. Likewise, all of us, if we don't have any relation with Krishna, what is the use of us? Useless. Krishna knows that, and Krishna, that is his ambition, Prabhupada says. Prabhupada says the ambition of Krishna is that he wants to take us back. And that is why he says, give up all kinds of religion. Give up everything, just surrender unto me. So we need only one qualification to go back to Krishna, and that is surrender. And then, Prabhupada also says that sadhus will take it easily, but the rascals, and they don't. one very interesting and very, how would I say, like, hope-giving verse that Prabhupada says, not verse, hope-giving statement that Prabhupada makes is that we think, all of us think that liberation takes a lot of austerity. You have to perform a lot of sacrifices. However, what Prabhupada says here in this class, in this lecture, do you remember? Anybody? Yes, David Prabhu. Yes, he says that as soon as you surrender to me, you will be liberated. It doesn't take any time at all. The moment you surrender,